Hey Jill, you know the old sugar daddy. They be tricking, they tell them girls. I said you can have whatever you like. I said you can have whatever you like. Yeah, stacks on big Patron on ice. And we can pop bottles all night, baby. You can have whatever you like. I said you can have whatever you like. Sex so quick, so tight. I guess so legit for you tonight, baby. You can go wherever you like. I said you can go wherever you like. Every time you want to pick up the telephone, you know it ain't nothing to drop a couple stacks on you. Want you can get it, my dear. $5 million home drop business, I swear. Yeah, I want your body, I need your body. Long as you got me, you won't need nobody. If you want it, I got it, go get it, I buy it. Tell mother broke nigga be quiet. Stacks on deck, Patron on ice. We can pop bottles all night, baby. You can have whatever you like. I said you can have whatever you like. Late night sex so wicked, so tight. I guess so legit for you tonight, baby. You can go wherever you like. I said you can go wherever you like. Show you the hottest, love the way you drop it. Brain so good, good, I smoke you in the college. 100K deposit, vacations in the tropics. Everybody know it ain't tricking if you got it. You ain't never ever gotta go in your wallet. Long as I got rubber band banks in my pocket. 5, 6, rides with rims and a body key. You ain't gotta downgrade, you can get what I get. My chick can have what she want. You don't need to stop by any bag she want. And don't you never had a man like that to buy you anything your heart desire like that. Yeah, I want your body, I need your body. Long as you got me, you won't need nobody. If you want it, I got it, go get it. Tell mother broke nigga be quiet. Stacks on deck, Patron on ice. And we can pop bottles all night, baby. You can have whatever you like. I said you can have whatever you like. Late night sex so wicked, so tight. I guess so legit for you tonight, baby. You can go wherever you like. I said you can go wherever you like. Yeah, don't big boy rise, a big boy ice. Every foot this big boy in your life. And thing get so wet, it gets so bright. Every foot this big boy in your life. That's right, I want your body, I need your body. Long as you got me, you won't need nobody. You want it, I got it, go get it, I buy it. Tell mother broke nigga be quiet. Stacks on deck, Patron on ice. And we can pop bottles all night, baby. You can have whatever you like. I said you can have whatever you like. Late night sex so wicked, so tight. I guess so legit for you tonight, baby. You can go wherever you like. I said you can go wherever you like. Hey Jill.
Are y'all as creeped out as I am? That song sounds like what he was doing when he was messing with these girls. First of all, R.I.P. to Sister Cicely. Beautiful, beautiful sister. She joined another realm on us the other day, and she will be deeply missed. But anyway, y'all, what does this remind you of? This is starting out exactly how the incident with Bill Cosby started. Okay? Hopefully at the end of this, him and his mammy broad that went and discolored her eyes for him are locked the hell up. I'm going to try very, very, very hard not to get YouTube pissed off at me, because y'all know how I can go in and once again try not to get flagged. But we're already victim blaming, right? We're already calling into question the victims of this sexual bullshit. I won't say the R word. We're already doing this. One of them, they said she went to jail a couple of times. One of them, they said that she has a couple of restraining orders against her. Like, people with restraining orders can't be sexually abused. Another guy said, why are we pretending like women that engaged in threesomes can be assaulted? Y'all, I'm getting ready to share my screen as usual. So give me a second here. And thank all of y'all for showing up. Y'all are the best. No, I don't want your notifications. Get your ass out of here. This right here. This 2 sacks of shit right here. Let me be clear. That woman on the right is just as guilty as dude on the left if what allegedly happened. T.I. and Tiny are facing allegations of alleged sexual trafficking and forcing women to do drugs. As I always tell y'all, this is what happens in the Black community. This is not new. If y'all were around last year when I did the Black History Month, every other person that I put up there was accused of sexually assaulting some woman, some child, somebody. For example, this old dusty here, Chuck Berry. Okay? This piece of shit. In the 50s and 60s, Chuck Berry, they're calling him a huge pervert. I won't read this article to y'all, but let me tell you this much. R. Kelly was not the first R. Kelly. This one here also relieved himself on little girls. He was even charged of taking a 14-year-old girl across state lines. And because the judge was so-called racist, quote unquote, he got away with this. Let me scroll down and show y'all what else is consistent with these cases. I forgot to give you guys a trigger warning. I'm already triggered myself, so y'all bear with me because y'all know my history. Chuck Berry had a wife the entire time he was doing all of this. I'm trying to find her picture. Oh my God, don't scare me. Here she is. They always got their boo thing that's willing to co-sign. Bill Cosby had one for a short while. T.I. has one. R. Kelly had one. And this one right here. It's always, we never change our method of operation. And it's a pastime with us to go ahead and victimize people. Okay? I'm going to be talking about sexual assault a lot in here. So if y'all are triggered by that, go ahead and click off because I understand. Trust me. Let me go over here. Okay, I'm going to show you guys T.I.'s response to this shit. I'm going to stop it on the way through just so I can tell you what he's doing. Because if you're newly divested, he's going to sound a little contrite. Okay? He sounds believable, but I'm going to tell you and explain to you what exactly he's doing here.
Hey, so as y'all could probably guess or imagine, it's been extremely difficult for me to remain quiet in light of all the things that have transpired and all of the egregious allegations that's been tossed around about me and my wife.
Y'all notice every time I'm dragging them, I get connection issues with YouTube.
But it's a reason for that. I don't mind sharing it. You see, if a person does not have any right to criminally or civilly have you in court, they have no right. The best thing they can do is get you for a defamation suit, drag you in court, make you pay their legal bills, but get you in court. Now, I mean, at this point, man, it's at the point where that don't even matter to me no more, okay? But that's the motive, that's the strategy, that's the intention. Say a whole bunch of false stuff about you that get people to believe in.
We're 1 minute in, and he has been a victim at least 3 times in that 1 minute.
Make them come out and say, they're a liar, they're a liar, they're a liar. And then they can say, see, they call me a liar. That's defamation. Then they drag you in court, get you under oath and all that. Because unfortunately right now, it doesn't matter as much what they can prove you did. It matters what you can prove you did. You know what I mean?
That right there is classic of people that have done something and they know they've done something that they shouldn't have. They'll say, can you prove it? Or are you going to put it on me to prove? They'll cast doubt. And that's what he's doing right now. Let's go.
I mean, and that's just an unfortunate place that our society has made it to. But I want to be clear about one thing. Women who have been victimized deserve to be heard.
What did y'all hear right there? He is fully aware that there are a plethora of mammies. We are drowning in a sea of mammies. So what he did was pander to actual victims, letting them know you deserve to be heard. I'm on your side, mammy. I'm on your side, pick me. Let's go.
Women, black women in particular, should be supported.
Did you hear that shit? Black women in particular. Black women in particular. That is a calling card. Because he know good and well y'all capes are crisp. Them capes are flapping so damn hard you might put somebody's eye out. Go.
Supported, protected, defended, and uplifted. However, evil has no gender. People with evil intentions have no gender. A threat comes in all shapes and sizes. I would never treat a woman the same way I would treat a threat.
I would never treat a woman. Then he paused so you can get it in your soul. I would never treat a woman as if she's a threat. T.I., sir, we watch you treat women like bags of dog feces. Y'all pray for me with this cussing. Y'all pray for me, okay? Let's go, because I'm finna cuss.
All right? So I think that has to be distinguished. First and foremost, I want to say my wife is a beautiful person. with an amazing.
That's more pandering. That's what they do when they need you to be on their side. Remember last year when he said his wife was unbearable? She had an attitude. She wouldn't let him see the kids. She just was this monstrous beast. Now that his dick is in trouble, his wife has a beautiful soul. Y'all peep game now.
Amazing spirit and a kind heart. She's a devoted mother, and she has a humble soul. She don't deserve it. She don't deserve it. Now, what we not gonna do is open up the door to my bedroom. As you
You got me messed up. We finna blast them doors off the hinges, boy.
shouldn't have to either. Open up the door to my bedroom for everybody to come in, chime in, and make their opinions about what we do and don't do or should or shouldn't do. But I will say this. Whatever we ever have done has been done with consensual adults who into what we into and like what we like. If we want something, we know exactly where to go to get it.
Read between the lines. Yeah, what they said happened, but they were willing participants. That's what he's saying. He's saying, yes, me and my wife, we are absolutely disgusted. We do some really, really perverted shit, but it's none of your business, number one. And number two, everybody was consensual. If you believe that shit, I got a bridge in Brooklyn to sell you. Go.
We ain't never forced nobody. We ain't never drugged nobody against their will. We ain't never held nobody against their will. We ain't never made nobody do anything. We ain't never trafficked anything. Well, sexually trafficked anything.
That's when he was a drug dealer. He's saying he never sexually trafficked anything. But what he did do was sell a bunch of drugs to people that he claimed he cares about, and that would be the Black community. Single mothers, disenfranchised people. He trafficked drugs to those people that he's claiming he's trying to help now. Come on, keep lying, boy.
I ain't never raped nobody. Never raped nobody. Also, I'm gonna tell you what's factual. There have been fake stories put up that blog sites anonymously sent to this person. Blog sites anonymously sent fake stories to this person, and the person posted it as though it was a victim, that they were sure that it was a victim and it has been victimized. And what this does is it dismantles the mechanism that women have created.
What I got from that was the majority of the stories are true. But let's focus on that one girl that may be stretching the truth a little bit. He's up to almost 20 victims and he's focusing on one.
For themselves. You can't weaponize something with baseless claims. These are not stories of actual events. They're not. And I have proof of that. And that's why I said it. I have proof of that. I have proof of people who have gone on live with this person and they later said, man, I just wanted some clout. That's why I can't believe they actually posted this shit. I just wanted some.
He's talking about that one victim named Sabrina. I won't say her last name here, but she may have stretched the truth a bit, but it wasn't all completely false. And with the rest of the damn near 19 victims, he won't address them at all. He has a history with this one particular girl named Sabrina, and they've had back and forth over the past decade. So he's deflecting onto her, basically saying that all of the victims are like Sabrina.
So this is what we're dealing with, man. This is what we're dealing with. And also, I pose you a question. How you going to be a victim and an attacker at the same time? How are you being victimized if you are violently attacking someone? Women who have been victimized deserve to be heard. They deserve to feel comfortable, confident. They deserve to feel supported. And that's supposed to get them to a place where they can show their face and say, this is what happened to me. This is who did it. And so the necessary steps can follow. This is not that. This is not that. I also want you to know it's evil at play. I'm talking about evil. I'm talking like, evil. And there's been a history. We've had a history in dealing with the particular individual in question. We've had a history of it, man. Had a history of it. And there is a record of pattern behavior like this.
There is a record of pattern behavior. There was one time where y'all didn't pay that woman her money after she provided a service. What service it was, she didn't reveal. She has been in and out of these people's lives for 10 years and kept their secret. They have victims as young as 16 years old. Y'all know I'm not going to put these girls on blast because they're way too young for this. Okay?
Like this, a record, a history of harassment. Not, I'm talking about, this is not my opinion. I'm just saying what's on record. A history of violence on record. And we can't just, weaponize social media to take down people who have families and who communities depend on. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about who have done everything that they can to uplift and help to evolve our communities. We can't tear our people down like that. And this has taught me.
Now we're hotepping. Do you see this foolishness? We've gone from they lying to y'all know me to the girl, she's the problem. You need to stay out my business. Now he's a hotep. Our people. Those girls are also our people. Dick liquor. Let's go.
Taught me a lot. This has taught me a lot. But one thing I know, man, I will not be bullied. I am not afraid. I am not ashamed. And and the truth will be revealed, man. But until then, man, hey, listen, man, any woman out there who's going through things, who have gone through things, you have a story, and you should come forward.
It's funny that he keeps saying that because every time Tiny comes forward with a story about his abuse, she's lying too. This motherfucker sitting here looking like Woodstock from Charlie Brown, the Peanuts gang, talking about we deserve to be able to come forward. He is not a friend of women. He is a predator, and his wife is as well.
You should, but don't lie, because that tear the whole vehicle down. Don't lie. Don't lie. The truth is what needs to be heard. The truth. And I can deal with the truth all day. But at some point, man, it has to be some sort of, it got to be something that happens if you come and make baseless claims that are false about somebody that have a negative impact on them, their livelihood, or their freedom. Something got to be done about that. But I was built for this. I was born to be in this position. I was born to be in this position, to face pressure and sit in the fire so it benefits others in the future. I was born to be in the position. God put me here for this. So
there it is. He know most black women are religious. So here come, he brought his homeboy in, and his name is God. He's hit every area. Every single area that Mammy's bells start ringing, he's hit them. This is a pandering, y'all don't believe them girls, believe me ass video. We almost done, y'all.
So whatever evil has been conjured up to come against me, no weapon form against me shall prosper. But man, I got a lot of love for everybody who's been calling me, who's been in support of me and my wife. Um, shit, man. We'll be back to doing us, man, sooner than later. You dig what I'm saying? Love and respect.
With that being said, y'all, how creepy is the fact that he used to take his daughter to the gynecologist to get her hymen checked? I'm cringing. The reason he does that is because he knows there's men out here just like him that's ready to victimize his daughter the way that he's victimized other people's daughter. Okay? This happened in 2019. I did a post on it and I kind of just, kept going. It was what it was. I said it was gross. I kept going. Now that we know that he's drugging and victimizing and sexually assaulting young women as young as 16 years old, this puts a big light on this story here. And I would love to talk to his daughter about that, but I'm sure she's brainwashed and needs therapy. Anyways, I'm going to drop the link again. If you guys have anything you want to add to this, y'all know that I'm also a sexual abuse survivor. So this right here, it grinds my gears. Grinds them. Let me stop sharing the screen. The fact that he would get his ass on here and not at least try to feel some sort of empathy for these girls. If they were lying, quote unquote, then that means they are in some sort of mental health crises and they need sympathy anyway. He's not being arrested. He's not being victimized. His career hasn't, he's an old rapper at this point. So it really can't do anything for his career musically. But he's jumped into the political game at this point. And he's trying to save face, y'all. That's all he's doing. And for any of y'all in the chat, oh my God, hold on. Y'all telling y'all stories up here. I don't know where her, here it is. This is why I'm doing this. This is why I'm doing this. Because people, they don't, try not to trigger. They don't want to admit what's happening to these Black girls in these communities. 62%. That means you know somebody that was sexually abused. If you know any Black women, you know one that was sexually abused. I'll give you an example. If you wake up in the morning and you have somewhere to go, you have some shit you got to do, and the weatherman say there's a 62% chance of rain. Are we taking an umbrella or no? Are we taking an umbrella or no? And Ms. Long was raped younger than I was. I agree, Tammy. I agree. I think it's closer to 80%, but I don't have the proof of that. So I try to stick with, what's on paper. Cosmetic Chic says, I swear on the daily, Black women share online they were abused. Many of them started under the age of 10. That is absolutely correct. Okay? Y'all have to stop supporting these musicians because, like I was showing you earlier, this has always happened. It's always happened. If you watch any documentary, I don't know if y'all are familiar with, I don't know how old you guys are, but if you know who Patti LaBelle is, she was sexually assaulted by Wilson. I forget his last name. Jackie Wilson. Okay? So my grandmother was sexually assaulted. Yes, we do. We do need raid. Welcome, welcome. Happy 16.
Hi.
How you doing, ma'am?
Good. How are you?
I'm awesome, sauce. I'm just trying to drag this boy here because We got a lot of victims. Out of the 133 people in here, by the math, at least 70 of them know exactly what we all went through as kids, are the victims of it.
Right.
So go ahead. You got the floor, babe.
It's very sad. I'm only 22 years old, and fortunately, I was never a victim of sexual assault, but I do know people who were,
Of
and
course you do.
yeah,
Of course you do. We
yeah. I
all
just
do
wanted
because
to
the
help.
numbers are high.
And like my mom was very vigilant about that stuff. Like, even like our pastor tried to hit on me, and that was just a whole nother thing. But this whole Ti situation, I never liked him. I never liked the way how he treated his wife. And then last year, when that whole thing came out, well, how he was checking his daughter's hymen, that was just so disgusting to me. It's like, and you had people like trying to justify it, talking about he's a good father, like he's keeping up with his daughter. Like, no, my dad never did that. Like, what are you even talking about? Most dads do not do that.
Mine didn't do it either. My predator was a family friend. I don't know how he knew when to do it, but my parents are both deceased at this point. They didn't know that it happened. I mean, he planned it out and he did it for 2 years.
I'm very sorry to hear about that. I'm sorry you went through that, and hopefully, you got some help with that along the way, and hopefully that a lot of the women in the chat who experienced this also seek help. And it's not normal, and just like the way how black women and girls are going to be a victim of sexual assault at like over 60% by the time they're 18, that's very problematic.
Yeah, I agree. I try to be very delicate with black women when I talk to them because you don't know what they've gone through. You don't know who you're talking to. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
That's why I came on here and was really, really slow about what I was saying because I do not want to trigger anybody that has been assaulted by one of these sons of bitches. Okay?
And it's crazy because a lot, especially in
Hi
like the black
guys.
community. Oh, hi. Sorry. I was gonna say one more thing. Especially in the black community, it's very hush hush. It's, oh, we're gonna take it to the church. We're gonna talk to God about it. Like, are you kidding me? Like, they just do all this other stuff to keep it under wraps, and it's just like, they report 60%. That's only the reported. Like, I can guarantee you, it's higher than 60%.
I know it's higher than 60%. They're only going off of the reported people.
Mm-hmm.
I I have a suspicion that my sister was also assaulted by that same person, but I don't have proof. When I talk to her, she doesn't want to talk about it. And when I tell her that I was assaulted, she doesn't have much to say. So I think he got to her too.
And she's probably doesn't even know how to address what happened to her. you know she doesn't even know how to talk to you, which is the hard part. But you
Mama
know
Kush, I'm sorry that that happened to you, baby. Very sorry. Tab, welcome to the panel.
Hi, I'm the Atkins bar, but it's TAB.
Hey, hey, the Atkins bar.
I'm sorry, I live with a whole bunch of people, so I can't talk to you sometimes because they don't know I listen to this stuff. But I love
Okay,
you
that's
so
fine.
much, and
I
you're so
understand.
funny. I just
Oh,
wanted
thank
to get up
you.
here and say, like, I'm so sorry to you and other people that happened to. Thankfully, thank the Lord up in heaven. That's never happened to me or people I know of. But I want to tell you a story before I go because I have to go really quick because I don't know when my mom's getting home. Okay, let me
Okay,
breathe.
go ahead.
Yeah, so I'm a Christian, non-denominational. Um,
Hmm.
this is very scary. I'm telling you this so y'all can know, like, look out for everybody, no matter what. So there's the service, right? And I was like a really broken girl, you know what I'm saying? Like, I had lost the connection with God. I was very suicidal, things like that. Not because of like sexual
Mm,
assault or anything like that, but I was like, I don't know. Your teen years are very, very hard, and it was just a lot going on at that time. So there's
hmm.
this preacher, and he laid hands on me. He preached a good word. I don't know if y'all are Christians or not, and I don't want to disrespect anybody's faith, but I identify as Christian. So yeah, I went to the church. he was praying, laying hands, you know, and I was like, okay, God sent this man to help me. Just like he sends women to help people, you know, I'm not sexist either. He
Right.
sends women and men, right?
Right.
So come to find out, the area I live in, we have like local news. I think everybody does, but it's like news that covers the 7 parts of our state.
Mm-hmm.
So we turn on the news, and my mom was like, girl, look at this. And this man was arrested for, you know, whating a little boy.
Oh no.
And
Oh
I was
no.
like, oh my goodness. I don't know if like girls or not, but he was arrested for boys. And these are black people. But the mom was like, oh, heck no. So she found out and she asked her son, um, did you did he come over here and you know what and stuff? And he was saying no at first, no at first. And then his mom was like, I know he did it. Go ahead and tell me. But not like punishing the boy, but she was like, she was trying to get him to tell her. And so, yeah, he did that. And the boy told. And the mom was like, did you do it? And he was like, yes, but I'm getting prayer and all this. And she was like, no,
And she
you're
didn't
going to
call
jail.
any authorities. Oh, that's
No,
see
she
that.
did. She
Okay.
did. She fought
Okay.
for her son.
Good.
That's what I'm
Good.
trying to say. Yeah, she was like, yeah, God can help you, but he helping you from jail. And I believe that too. I'm a firm believer of that because I think a lot of Christians are very punk like these days, and Jesus didn't play. Like he was Jesus, but he didn't let people push him around. And I think a lot of Christians are very passive these days, and that's why, especially in the black church, and that's why I think a lot of this stuff goes on. But yeah, that lesson is, I don't know what will happen to Ti or Tiny or anything like that, but I want to tell all the black women in the chat, please watch people, because the people laying hands on you are laying hands on your girls and sometimes your boys, and not in the way of God.
You see what black women stop giving birth to your enemy said. She said she does not know any black women who have not been sexually abused. That is my drop
Um,
right there. The
yeah,
majority of the ones I know
that's
of
sad.
an incident. Yes, they all have some sort of. If it wasn't them, they know someone. If it wasn't them being touched, they witnessed, somebody else being touched, and it's very sad. It's very
I
sad.
have some family members. You know your play cousins, but
Yes.
only thing that can bring us together is blood. Those my cousins. I don't play about them. But yes, happened to them too. And these are
Mm.
all church people. And I don't want you guys to be like F God and all, because I believe in God and His Word, and Jesus got on the cross and died for us. But these people are coming in wolves. They coming in as sheep, but they wolves. They're after you, your family, your kids, and I just want to tell people that because I don't know, like I don't. I've been scared to come up here, but something tonight, just I don't really care what happens. I just need to reach out to those girls and boys because I know this is a girl channel, but I think of girls and boys. But you know, like I just don't know what to do because it's never happened to me, and I could tell you I'm sorry. I could tell a girl I'm sorry, but I can't take the pain from you, and I don't know what else to do but tell you
Well,
that story.
the fact that you're empathetic, that means a lot to people that have been assaulted by these damn, they so limited in the words I can use, by these animals. I hate disrespecting animals like that because I know some pretty
Animals are
good
good people.
I know some pretty good animals. But damn, I appreciate you coming up here and sharing your story.
Yeah, like it didn't happen to me, but the lesson again, I just want to stress it out to y'all. Pay attention, vet. Pray to God. I don't know what you believe in, but as a Christian, I'll speak from a Christian, and you can apply it to any other faith you have. Pray for, pray for discernment. Pray like if this man or this woman or if somebody is coming to, you know, attack me or my family or my children, God, please let me know, and you'll get a feeling. And like I said, my guard was down because I was in a very bad place and a very bad time in my faith, but I just now I don't even go to church anymore. I'm trying to look for another church, but right
Yeah, I
now I'm not
respect
really in
everybody's
church.
religion. I haven't been Christian in many, many years because of the simple fact that black women are Christian for the most part. The majority of them
Mhm.
are Christian. And if you look at the state of Black women's lives, the prayers are not being answered at all. But I do have respect for anybody's religion. I do want to say that.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I feel that from you. You know, I know. I don't know what to say. I just don't know what to say. All of this has been really weighing on me, and it brought me back to that story. You think Ti
Yeah.
not gonna hurt me because he, and then you go over there and he dragging you and messing around with
I
you.
saw some ridiculous shit on Facebook earlier today concerning Ti. She said this was a woman, y'all. She said he didn't do it because he's fine. Did you hear me? She said he didn't rape
Ugly
those
as heck.
girls
That nigga look like a
because he's
roach.
fine. There's a lot of sexual assaulters that aren't bad looking. So what the hell does that have to do with anything? Bitch, are you serious?
Yeah, I think the reason they do that is because they're so used to women, and when a girl says no, they can't handle that, or they're tired of easy access to women, so they need that girl that will say no to. It's sick either way, but you know you got to compartmentalize sometimes because that's how you catch these guys. You know, think like them, not think like them, but the process in your mind. You need to like y'all got to get hit because they're after our kids, and even more so now. So I just wanted to come and say that, you know, I want to get off of here before people hear me, but I just want you to know I
Okay.
love you, love you, love you so much. I'm praying for
Love you back.
everyone.
Enjoy your night.
All right, I'll be in the chat dragon with you, girl.
Okay.
Good night, you
Miss Helena,
guys.
bye. Miss Helena, that is a mouthful. He got money, so he won't sexually assault. He doesn't have to. Okay? I don't mean to laugh, but sometimes listening to the mammy logic, it really is it's tough. Hold on. Ted Bundy was fine too. Yeah, he was, according to some women. So yeah, there was a football player. He's another one I did on the Black History Month. That I mean, he was really, really hot to a lot of women, and his ass ain't never getting out of jail. They gave him life. That's how many people he sexually assaulted. So hold on, let me put my link down because I want to give you guys a chance to say what you have to say concerning this because it affects 62% of us. So you should have a chance to be able to say what you need to say concerning it. Some Black women can't even afford therapy like that. So being able to vent also helps. Yes, ma'am. Institutionalized religion is indeed a trap. I used to be Christian myself, and it's too many people that share that religion that are just oh, she told me who it is. I'm gonna put it up here. That are just too goddamn their lives are in shambles, but they won't stop, and it's been happening for generations. Darren Sharper. Miss Pretty Nurse, how did you read my mind? Okay. Watch out for mammies. They are out here molesting kids. Yes. Oh my God. I gotta speak on that after I add her to the stream. Hey, welcome to the panel.
Hey, I just lost myself. On the panel. I'm on the panel. You can hear me?
Yes, they hear you. So don't tell them how much money you got.
No, no, no. I'm talking about I can't find my screen. Okay, so
Uh-oh.
what I'm saying, what I want to say is this. I'll just keep it very simple. This is why some news and information, you got to turn it off and ignore. And I know it's
Mm-hmm.
hard to ignore because it's so triggering. And what is always the most appalling is the mammies that defend this kind of debauchery. And that's what makes me just understand, bitch, this is why your life is what it is. And this is why you go through what you go through. And this is why you look like fools out here with your nature boys and people, you know, because
Yeah.
your life is never going to be anything. But this, because of this type of this type of way that you hate being a woman and you hate young girls and you keep
Mm-hmm.
spreading this to the world. but eventually it's going to catch up with you because you're going to be called out on this hate. And to me, it's already being called out because there's so many women, especially these younger. This is why I love the younger generation. They're calling all of these older women out about the behavior of these men.
Mm-hmm.
And so, listen, it's sometimes it takes things like this to happen for there to be an awakening for women to come together. It's
I
not
agree.
not just the divesting, but for women to come together, for women to stand up and say, hey, this is my story. I was sexually abused. I was, you know what I'm saying? Tell these stories out loud.
Yes.
And not protect these men to also help these people in these kind of situations. You
Yeah.
understand? I mean, we know that there's underage people that have sex all the time. We know that there's sex work that going out there, people like fetishes and all that all the time. But
Mm-hmm.
what's disturbing is when it comes in the public and these people want to cry wolf in front of a camera with no sympathy or care because it's all about them anyway and their narcissistic behavior. You have people that want to jump on a wagon and say the most ridiculous stuff and they think that is funny and it needs to be called out. It's not funny. You too old. And these are grown women doing that. These are not even young people.
Mm-hmm.
So like that's just what I just have to say. This is why for me, I just turn stuff off. Sometimes I just put not interested. I block people because I just don't want to see it come across my feed because it's never ending. It's just
And it won't end. You have to divest. It will not end. All of us in here right now could die. Come back in the year 3000. If there's still black women and black men, the same shit is going to be happening. Period.
yeah, and let it continue to happen. Let the numbers continue to go up. I had some guy on my comment talking about some 3,000 and something of black men die every year.
So
I said, okay, yeah, exactly. I said so, but I said 19 hours, sir. You talking about a year? Are you kidding me? So I don't even care what they got to say. I really don't.
We're up to 8 hours now, babe.
Shit, we might be up to 2 every 2 hours. It's craziness.
It's like I said, it's never going to change. Did y'all see the fact that no one except for like the gossip bloggers are talking about this? None of them. When T.I. went through it with Candace Owens, they dragged the shit out of Candace Owens. They dragged her like she was a sexual assaulter. Everybody else got their blinders on, acting like, well, it's alleged. Yeah, a lot of this shit is alleged, but you got to address it. And with it being 62%, God damn it, it may be true because the chances are very, very high. Thank you for the super chat, Cammy A.
And I want to add something too. I used to watch the show when they started the T.I. and Tiny show. There was a scene. There was a scene with that same daughter. I just remember her because I remember she's a Scorpio. I don't remember her name. She was 11 years old and she had a boyfriend. And Tiny said this, because this is not Tiny's daughter. She was like, what's wrong with her having a boyfriend? I had a boyfriend at 11 and she was doing hair with Shaquana, her best friend.
Uh-huh.
The mother, he went and told the mother she had a boyfriend. And so she corrected the mother about the boy's name. And she said, you know what? No wonder your grades is going down and all this and that. And I'm upset that you corrected me about this boy name. I want your phone, your iPad, your tablet, your game, and all this kind of stuff. And she took it from her. And ever since then, that girl was not on that show. She didn't come back on that show literally until she was like 16, 17 years old. You understand?
Wow. I think I saw her on a video earlier today crying her eyes out. I really don't know what she was talking about, but she was saying that she doesn't want to be attached to whatever the hell is going on. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, because she's already traumatized. It's already on a TV show. She was 11 years old when she had that boyfriend. And then he did that to her. He has publicly humiliated her. She's not going to be the same for the rest of her life. She has to live with that. He said that out his mouth. She didn't say that's what he did. He said he did that. So now she emotionally has to be scorned. Because one thing these men do that I do not like, and I don't, excuse my language, I don't understand it. These men always want to announce when their daughters are 18. I noticed that online.
Because they're watching them. Thank you,
Lady
Posh.
Now, my daughter's 18. What? Why are you telling everybody that? Women, we barely even tell people our children's age. We say she's under 10. She's a teenager. You see what I'm saying? Preteen. We don't even tell our children's age to that capacity.
Period. But they're watching. It's like they're waiting for it to go down. You get what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
it's very sick. And I've heard a man, like I've heard one time Polite was like, oh, my daughter's 18, my daughter's 18. Like, why you keep saying this girl, you know, and this is his stepdaughters, why you keep saying this girl is 18? Why you keep saying that? What are you trying to really say? What are you doing? And of course, you know, some stuff came out with that. But that's how sick and perverted a lot of these men are. And they're sick and perverted publicly, and these women still deny it. That's the part that's trippy.
Listen, it's like
Ladies
a
are
countdown.
stupid. Ladies are stupid. They are stupid.
It's like a countdown to the hymen split. I mean, he literally said he checks her hymen. So,
and a mother would have just put her daughter on birth control if she felt she was having sex. And she, you know what I'm saying? A mother would just do that. And even if a mother did go check your hymen because you lied to her about sex, she ain't telling everybody. That's a secret. That's what you and a mother and a daughter does privately. And what's worse is the mother didn't even know he was doing that to the daughter.
I can't.
Yeah, and I don't mean to be triggering. I apologize to anybody in the room right now. I have a very passionate way I speak. I understand that, and I don't mean to trigger anybody if I am. But these niggas, man, these apes, man.
Yeah, I listen.
They
I'm
go
just
ape,
passionate
gorilla.
Yes,
They go gorilla. This is them going gorilla.
Island Girl, welcome to
And
the panel. The floor is yours.
Hey, good evening, everyone. Can everyone hear me okay? This is the first time I'm doing this.
Yeah, you sound great.
Okay, perfect. Hey, everyone in the room. First of all, I am just so sorry to hear about, like, I swear every day, like, you hear these stories of Black women, like, suffering as children. And it's just so scary because this is another thing that pisses me off, because it's like, you know, a certain group act like the whole world is against them, while Black women, they suffer as children, sexual assault. You know what they do? They just go through life, they get their education, they handle their business, and they don't complain. And then you hear these stories like in their 20s and 30s of all this craziness that's happening. And I just wanted to say a quick story that I read. I think it was actually like yesterday, of this woman that she said she finally broke down and told her husband about her assault, like when she was a child. And she said he flat out just started calling her a liar. And he basically picked up the phone and called her family and told everyone. And I just, honestly, I don't even know. Like, I'm sorry, I'm like still speechless. It's making me hot just thinking about it, because it just genuinely pisses me off, because I'm like, what kind of response is that as a husband? And she didn't say anything about divorce. So that's another thing that pisses me off. But that's a whole other story for another time. But quick thing about T.I. as well. T.I. is just a creep. No one can change my mind on that. His obsession with his daughter's private parts, and he knows how he treats women, and he doesn't want that to befall on his child. But I don't know. It just really disgusts me how he is just, it's not even a protection thing. It's like, I don't know what to call it. It's just an obsession with his daughter's private area, and it's just disgusting.
They have children with women, and the daughters that they have are the daughters that they want to be with. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's why they're obsessed with making daughters with Becky, because that's the kind of person they're attracted to for real. The product of that relationship is creepy as all hell.
Someone said that, and people got upset about that. That, you know, they were basically, to me, I call it, you're curating daughters for the next generation of colorist men.
I agree.
T.I. on the show would sit in the bed and talk to the other daughter. I don't know if that's his daughter, Tiny's daughter, the one now that's I think she's pregnant. I think her name starts with a Z.
Yeah, that's Tiny's daughter with someone else. Yeah.
Isn't there another dark-skinned daughter? Or that might be the same one. I don't recall. There's a dark-skinned daughter. I know I'm not crazy, but there was one he was sitting in the bed with and talking to. And I'm like, see, there's no boundaries here. This woman has no sexual boundaries with this man, and she has no boundaries with him with those children, because, see, you know, Tiny and T.I. have been together a very long time. I think since the 90s they were together. That's not Zonique. Thank you. I'm not making no excuse when I say that, but I'm just saying how comfortable they are with one another. There's no boundaries in that house.
No. And that's how it is in a lot of Black houses. You'll see little girls that are going to middle school, and they just have on t-shirt and panties, and they're around. Listen, I don't even want to get that graphic. It's just disturbing. I saw it coming up, and I still see it amongst family members and my distant family members, because I told you I don't mess with my family like that.
Neither do I.
But it's like, hey, y'all need to get her a pair of pajama pants. Y'all need to get this stranger out the house when the kids got their night clothes on. What's happening? What the hell is wrong with y'all?
I have one family where the girls was in the pool in their underwear and a t-shirt, and the girl who was not a family member, she had to put clothes on. She had to put shorts on, right? But when we were all in the pool, there were no men around. It literally were all the women in the family that was at that pool that allowed us to all swim like that. You see what I'm saying? I didn't do that, but we were all in a pool, but we had on big shirts. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that some people probably see that's inappropriate, but at the same time, there were no men around. There was nobody to creep or see anything. And I'm not making excuses, but for me, you're not coming to my house at night. You know me and my children in their pajamas. You know my daughter's in her pajamas. You know, I'm in my pajamas. So you're not coming to my house.
I'm so grateful that my daughter is an adult. I'm grateful that I don't have any minor children, because damn it, it's not changing. It's not, it's going to be this way. And my daughter, she she told me, I'm not interested in anybody.
Made you proud, right?
She just was like, forget it. Everybody is crazy. I'm just gonna get this money. You know.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, because what it is too is people. There are some women, they trust men, and it's scary. And you be like, yo, hello.
And they trust them fast.
They trust men too much.
They just met the dude 5 months ago, and they 4 months damn pregnant.
If even,
yeah, and besides that, they will bring them around their children, and they trust men. See, you know, there's some women who just have this idea that men are what they believe they are in their head. But those women, I call them the daddy girls. Their fathers messed up their mind with that. Those type of women. I find that it's their relationship with their fathers that make them trust men to that capacity, because unless it's their mother too, because I know since a young girl, you're taught to not trust men. We're just taught that you don't trust men. You know, did he touch you? Did he do that? You know, I grew up like that. And I know a lot of other women who grew up like that.
Girl, I could tell y'all some stories that I have not only your jaw on the floor, but you up squeezing your pillow, talking about that's my last time going to that bitch's live.
Wow. That's scary.
Hey, Atia, thank you so much. I'm so grateful for you guys. She says, thank you for all that you do. It's nice to finally find a community of people who think like me. Wish I had someone like you in this community when I was growing up. Boom. You don't know how many times I've heard that, and I've said it myself. Because all the women around me, except for like 2 of my aunts, they were mammies. Do you hear me? It was disgusting.
So frustrating.
Y'all got the floor. Say what you got. I'm just sitting up here hollering.
Mama Kush, me too. Oh, a lot of uncles, a lot of black male uncles have molested the males in the family. I've heard those stories too. And I'm going to give you the gag. A lot of these hustlers, the Asian man that wrote The Wire had it right. A lot of them hustlers, the men in the street, they be molesting them boys too.
Yeah.
They be molesting them boys too. Gangbangers and shit out of jail, them too.
They are indeed DL. Period.
And see, when you hear situations of gay boys or whatever getting killed in the street, it's somebody is a lover's quarrel. That's what the hell's going on.
I've heard that before.
Oh, I've heard it from the mouth of young gay boys who struggle with it because they were molested by an uncle or a cousin. And the way they tell the story, it sounds like they were the R word, you know?
Is that what happened with, I don't know if I could say the name, it started with African something, and it was revealed like a couple years ago?
You can say a name on here because we're not both.
African Bambaataa? in this
Oh
video.
yeah.
The boys told the story like this because I followed that. The boys, they said it was a few boys that
Yeah.
was going through that point of being sexually abused. That one guy was particularly abused by by Bambaataa, and he said that he flipped him on his stomach, and he said to this day he's messed up. He done had like 3 or 4 marriages because it's hard for him to touch a woman. He don't like to be touched. He's really traumatized.
Listen, a lot of people thinking right now, hey, what the fuck does this have to do with T.I.? Well, I'm going to tell you what it has to do with T.I. The majority of those girls were not yet 18. It was indeed, it can be classified as molestation. Like I said, I don't care if they are 17 and 364 days old. You will catch a charge if I find out about it.
And on top of that, let's just remember Tiny. And I know some women think differently, but I just see the way that Tiny runs that show and runs her life with those girls in that house. She has no boundaries. She had no respect for the little girl that had a boyfriend at 11 when her mother did not want that. And then on top of that, this man who is not the father of this child is sitting in the girl's bed talking to her. That's not appropriate.
I agree.
She has no backbone. I'm just like, I don't know what's up with these women. They're so desperate for love. And I'm like, sometimes I'm like, you know what, just give up your kids for adoption. If you're that friggin' desperate for love, you can't have a backbone. You can't, set boundaries. Like, as a mom, your first and only responsibility is to always protect your children. And I just can never understand this obsession with men and having a back cracked over your children and their safety.
I'll never be able to understand it, but it's good that you don't understand it because you'd empathize too much. I can't make big or small of any of these practices, these functional practices in the Black community. I can't. I don't want anybody that has a good head on their shoulders to try and empathize with these clowns. They are clowns, and they will get your ass cased up.
A woman presented something to me like this years ago. She said, there are people who, because it happened to them, they want to see it happen to you. So if they have been sexually abused or violated, they'll sit back and watch it happen to you because they had it happen to them and they feel you'll survive it because they did. Now, I thought stuff like that was some sick, you know what I'm saying, to say. But you got people who really, it is the case of that. They will try to want that narcissistic thing where they will want what happened to them to happen to you.
Yeah. T.I.'s wife is completely male identified, and she's taking it to another level where she's T.I. identified. Okay. This woman has changed her eye color. Her body looks like some unexperienced doctor chopped her up. Her legs are skinny. Her butt is huge. Her hair is blonde, and she knows that that's what T.I. likes. So she's turned herself into this monstrous looking being in order to appease him. So that alone, before any of these allegations came out, made her dangerous to begin with.
But she's not a Black woman, you know that, right? Her mom is white.
I saw it on that corny ass show. Yeah.
Someone who knows her personally said her mom is white, and I don't even think her dad is fully Black either.
No, he's Black.
So she's really more of a Becky.
Her dad is Black though.
Yeah,
he's Black.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
okay. Her mom is a Becky.
Yeah, she's all kind of messed up. She's just messed up. And I'm not excusing her in any way because I don't give a damn about a mammy. Send a mammy right along with a Dusty in a pit of fire for all I give a damn.
I'm like, she's doing all of that for T.I., having threesomes and all this stuff, and he's still.
But this is the serious mental issues that is going on. I'm sorry if I cut you off.
No,
this is serious mental issues that is plaguing the Black community, that is going unchecked. Just like even in the Hispanic or Mexican community, there's a lot of molestation and abuse with those women too. Yeah, a lot of it. So it's a sickness. It's a mental illness, and that is just what the part of it is. And also, there are women, they don't understand men and how men are. Women who do, we don't trust men in school. We don't trust men that work in communities with troubled children. We just don't trust men, even if he's the father of our children.
I'm always suspicious of men that want to work close to children.
Yes, that's what I'm
Because
saying. Women who understand men and know how men are and the nature of him don't trust men
kids,
around children, period.
kids can be really a handful and very, very aggravating, might I add. So, as selfish as men are, why are you taking interest in these kids? I gotta side eye you. You know, usually that's a feminine gig unless the kids are older teens or whatever. But men that want to work with little kids, the snot-nosed kids, I always side eye them.
Yeah, and I'm gonna tell you what they do. I was just talking to a friend about this, and this is where women have to be wise too. Those type of men that work in those environments, the reason why they flirt and try to get with the mothers is because how they can get in with the children.
Mm-hmm.
They put her guard down. That's why they get on her good graces and, oh, I work with the school with your children and try to get her number and all that. This is why they try to do that. I've experienced this.
Yeah, because
And
they're trying to
this is
find a father figure.
they're trying to find a way to get in. That's why they go to those type of low impoverished type of neighborhoods or what they perceive to be to try to get in. And it's real dark because I'm just saying, like when women who pretty much understand the nature of men and how they are, we don't trust them.
Nope.
It don't matter if it's our daddy, our uncle. We don't trust them, and we'll tell men in their faces, "I don't trust you." Those are the ones.
Miss Helena got all of them down. She said coaches, mentors, camp counselors. I agree 100%, Miss Helena. I'm like, what in the hell?
And that's why I understand. I'm not saying this is excusing it, but I've noticed in certain spaces, they will hire the very flamboyant gay guy to work with those children or to work in certain job environments.
Well, they come off as less threatening to them for some reason. I don't know.
And more feminine, and they know how to, they're still men. Don't get it twisted. They're still men. But I noticed that those are the ones that they're more okay with hiring than the very masculine man when it comes to children.
I agree.
But just can I insert? Just today alone on was a Baller Alert. There were, I think it was a teacher that was arrested for sexual assault, and then there was, I believe, a security guard. And I scrolled down in the comments, which is something I try not to do. And of course, I see the mammiest mammy of all saying, "Where are the mothers? How can you miss this? Mothers know everything. Something is up with this." And I'm like, what the hell does that even mean? Like,
women get crucified for everything.
No accountability for anything. Like, Black women get blamed. Well, I don't even know if the victim is Black, but it was just so mind-boggling.
Mammies are angry at their moms. Mammies are angry at the women in their family that did not help them when they were sexually abused. They're the flip side of the ones who have been sexually abused. None of you women helped me. Mom wasn't there. Auntie, I told you, you didn't tell nobody. And she becomes a monster. That's what the mammy is.
I wonder why they have that reaction though, because I experienced that with my aunts. They was looking at me like, "Oh, what?"
Yeah.
So what it made me do is say, "Guess what? Bam! I'm fixing to start a crusade against all you motherfuckers."
Right, but see, the mammy doesn't do that. She takes man's side.
Yeah,
she takes man's side. She was abused by men, but she takes in her abuser. See, those men that be like women choosing men, they're talking about mammies. Mammies are doing that because they're already abused. Any woman who's going to I don't even like to mention this dude name, the boy in Allen, that guy. She's already abused mentally. She already hates her mother. She already hates herself and being a woman. Those are the women that they're talking about.
Look at your screen. Look at what Latoya put. See, this is making me all the way want to fight. She says, when I told my mother that her boyfriend was molesting me when I was 12, she allowed him to stay. When I finally confronted her years later, she told me I never said that he was molesting me. This is the shit I'm talking about. Latoya is the reason why I give 0 passes to anybody that have incidents with young kids. That is the one mental illness that I don't think there is no treatment for. I don't think you can send them through therapy. They just need to just be put down.
And I strongly believe that if a child goes to their mom and tells their mom, their boyfriend, especially husband, whoever assaults them, and the mother does anything, and especially if said mother keeps that man in the house, she needs to go to jail just alongside him. Like she should be charged just as harshly.
I agree. That's why if they put Ti in some sort of legal litigation, I hope they snatch her raggedy ass up too.
Yep.
They just might. I mean, I don't want to bring the astrological aspect in this, but it's highly possible that it might turn on Tiny for initiating this, and it's going to be ugly. I already feel it.
Did she go and get these girls for him? Is that what I'm hearing?
They said it was a threesome. It wasn't just him having sex with them. There was a threesome. That's what I saw.
Apparently, yeah,
Oh
that's regular
God.
for them to
See,
always
now
bring
I
in
need some
women.
water. Y'all, I thought she knew about it, but kind of just was being complicit. She actively participated.
Yeah,
Am
that's
I
something they
getting my
did. They said.
information wrong? Wasn't there a threesome that was saying that was going on?
Girl, I don't know.
I
All I
don't
know,
want to don't get me to lying, y'all. I'm just saying, don't get me
No,
lying.
from what I heard, they said this is like a regular thing for them, always recruiting women for like threesomes, hiring strippers. That's like their normal, damn near every day. And somebody brought up about like Rob blasting him about a young China screwing him and
Oh, that's the
Tiny.
threesome I'm talking about. Sorry,
Yeah.
sorry. That's the threesome I'm talking about. Thank you for that.
what is that now?
The Black China threesome. They had threesome with Black China, but that's a grown woman.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, yeah. I thought that Tiny was recruiting these because she's identified, Ti identified, so she'll do anything to keep him happy. So she
Mhm.
recruited his victims, and that's why I say whatever he gets, she needs to get. Y'all remember when Bill Cosby was doing his thing, and he came out and he said he wasn't doing this, and then the Hoteps came out and they said that it was just white women trying to bring a black man down. He's finna buy ABC. All of this stuff is happening again. It's identical. Multiple
Mhm.
victims, and the perpetrator comes out, make a small video saying they denied it. Bill Cosby did the same thing. So I'm gonna be keeping my eye on this bullshit. Real talk, and I hope they pick his ass up.
well, that situation with his daughter and the daughter crying and stuff, it's already done. It's just,
Yeah, none of that is going to help this situation. It's going to make it 10
yeah.
times worse.
He needs to shut up. That's what he need to do. He needs to shut up. But he's getting the whole Teppers and the mammies on his side right now.
That's exactly what he's doing. He did that in that video, and that's the first thing I heard when he said, "Black women, they need to be heard." Yeah, come out and say, "No,
Oh,
no,
God.
bitch, sit your ass down. You are the predator." And I hate it when he did that because I know a lot of mammies are gonna defend him. I've already seen it. I've already seen them defending him.
That's why I be turning this stuff off, man, because it just be getting so annoying and to hear it. I just blocked the mammy like last week. I was like, you got to go. Mm-mm. They're
Yeah,
poison. They're toxic. They're narcissistic. And they're mentally ill. A lot of times they're losers. And no, thank you. No, thank you.
if you guys think that it's just Ti and Tiny currently doing this, you would be surprised what's really going on out here.
Mhm. They said that Atlanta Elite, there's a whole different ball game over there.
Oh yeah, Atlanta has always had. I have family in Georgia. They Atlanta has always had like an underground sex. Well, at any state you in, believe it or not, there's some kind of underground sex world there. I'm in New York City too, so
Yeah,
you
there
you
is.
don't know what's going on around you.
That's scary,
And
y'all.
yeah, so it's always an underground sex world that's going on that people don't know about because there's sex workers. So that's been here since the beginning of time. That's never going go anywhere.
I don't have a problem with sex workers at all as long as they are of age. You
And
get
so
what I'm saying?
the dark side of it is the thing about sex work is somebody's fantasy may not be of age.
Yeah,
Because
that's
even
true.
sometimes as sex workers, people want them to sound like children and stuff, not to get too, So it's a whole nother world within that world that people will be very disturbed about that goes on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really the other part that I don't like. Let people be clear-headed unless they do their quote unquote drug themselves. You have no business drugging anybody. You have no business lying about what's actually going to happen. And you definitely don't have any business going to a school or something to find somebody that's underage. Those three things. If you got that going on, I'll just call you a freak and call it a day. But if you're doing any one of those three things, I'm sorry, but I'm a police caller. I say that every live. I will call the police on your stupid ass. Quick.
That's why I say these mammies and pick-me-shas, they're just as bad as some of these men. Like, there's just no reasoning with them. I'm like, you seen that shows it For My Man, and seeing all these women, what they'll do just for a man. Like, are you serious? I'm not friends with people like that. I don't, even if they're in my family, I just don't want any parts. You're not in my life, period. Because that's damn near a death sentence.
Yeah, that show they should call that show Killer Mammies. Dead ass serious.
Well, the one part about mammies is even that guy who did the video, Shoemake, that did the video, he wasn't even talking to them. That is what's
right.
The woman was with the gun and she gets arrested. They don't even care about them. They don't care. They don't want them. And they do all this natural hair stuff.
Yes.
All this stuff, and they think they're so much better than you. That's what they're delusional. They think they're so much better than you, but they they POS. And the men treat them that way. That's what's even wild about it.
Right.
Yeah,
They be trying to come over here to the women that are more woman-centered and empowered and spiritual and everything, and they don't bat their eye their way.
I tell mammies all the time, especially in my inbox, if you want a good black men dummy, come and be divested, because they always fucking around in our camp.
Right. I'm like, isn't there enough of them? The Pitme's and the Struggle of People and the Dusties, like, get together, go over there, form your own little communities, leave women that's divesting alone. We don't want shit to do with you.
Yeah, but why? But they shouldn't be single. They should all be married up. Even if it's in polygamy, they should all be together. They should all already be in relationship. These would be single as a dollar bill, talking about what to do for a man and how to keep a man.
And you don't even have a piece of a man.
You couldn't even keep one man because you got different baby fathers and children. Like, come on. All of them.
You would think that they had access to some really, really good black men the way they take up for them.
I would think so too.
It's like,
and
damn.
They always in their car. What's up with that? Why they always sitting in their car? It's always a Jeep.
Because they live with an older lady. They always living with somebody that's in their 50s or 60s, and they out there using the goddamn Wi-Fi from Burger King. Goddamn it!
They always in their car, man.
They using Wi-Fi from Burger King, telling you selfish because you don't want to come out and be with Nature Boy.
Yeah, they always are living with somebody or taking care of somebody older. That is true. That is true.
If you watch them long enough, you'll see the old person walk in on them, and then all of a sudden the live goes blank, and they come back telling you that some shit happened with their phone. Nah, baby, I seen that old lady hand. She was opening up the door, coming to tell you to quiet the fuck down in here.
Excuse me. Yeah, excuse me. Oh my gosh, they get on my nerves. I get not that one, but I laugh at them. They're easy. They're so easy to sway. And I see why they are the women who have the children that are abused and such, because they will let a man walk through the door with a belt and spank their children.
I wish
they will let that go down. Like, wow. Just to keep a man, they are warped. They're the ones who need the therapy, but they're quick to say, I'm healed from narcissism abuse because I was with him and he healed me. I healed my STD because I was with him and he healed me. Like, girl, this is the kind of stuff and then you know what I like? Huh? Oh.
Did you hear her say that shit? I know who you're talking about when you said that.
Oh, yeah. Wait. When that one went on Monique's show, not Monique, Dr. Phil, and was like, there's no STDs and all this kind of stuff. Oh my gosh. people's reaction in the room. See, that's what I like when they come around other people with that shit. Other people look at them like, oh my gosh, you cannot say that. You know,
When they're
girl.
closed in their bubble and don't have very many people telling them that they look crazy as hell, when they come to the public stage and everybody looking at them sideways, they be legit confused. It's like, what's wrong with y'all? We do this all the time. You did not cure her herpes with aloe, sir.
Oh, I'm sorry, I missed. I don't know what you.
Yeah,
What
girl,
you
that's what's that, like 2011 information.
oh,
Those of us that have been around for a long time.
Island girl, you would be surprised, honey.
Yeah. Heal her cancer and stuff. Like these dudes be out of it and people be listening to this. Calling themselves doctors and professors, and they have not gone to school, let alone finish high school, a GED. They even call themselves that.
and half of them lie about that GED stuff, please. And
The
those high school
mammies are,
diplomas.
the mammies are worse than them. They lie just as much. They sound just crazy.
Girl.
And they use them. They don't say nothing. The mammy do all the talking, and they just sit back and they'll say something totally different from her, and then she'll go back yelling again, and he say something totally different from her. You know, if he say something about another woman of another race, then he'll jump in and say, hey, it's just terrible the way that they look. They don't even realize it.
It doesn't matter the financial situation either. Because look, Tiny did that same thing. She was on Complex Magazine today, taking up for T.I. He would never do nothing like that. She started that bullshit with that crazy ass voice she got when she talked. I wanted to snatch that heifer. Don't take up for him as bad as he treats you. And why are you recruiting these girls?
Has Ti ever come out and like publicly backed Tiny? Like people disrespect the shit out of her in public 24/7, and I don't think he's ever come on his Instagram and said anything about it.
Nope, he was just taking up for her on that video I showed you guys because it was about him. It was about don't mess with her because I'm innocent. Y'all messing with her for no reason. But anytime somebody dragging his wife, he kind of he put his hands up and walk away. He's never taken up for her ever.
So typical.
Yeah, that's the Dusty way. That's the Dusty way. I don't care how much money he got. That Negro is dusty.
I never liked Ti. I just don't know the obsession. People think this man is actually smart, and I was just like, gosh, he's not. He throws a couple big words out there. Half the time, he doesn't even use it right. Like what Lovely T calls him mushmouth Ti, and it's true.
Check the screen, y'all. Remember when Tiny was protesting at a restaurant in Atlanta for racism, and turns out one of his side pieces worked there?
Oh.
Miss Elena, yes, I do remember that. I told y'all I live in Georgia, so I probably knew that before y'all. It was embarrassing. She was on our local news looking like a damn fool.
So embarrassing. She's so
that's a topic right there. Babies are always embarrassed. She's a mule and she's discarded every time. She's the supply of his narcissist abuse. She doesn't even know it.
She's the reason why he even exists. Because I don't know if you guys are old enough to remember the group Escape. Do y'all remember her R&B group?
Yeah,
Tiny. She was the one who always kind of randomly sang, and you'd be like, "What the hell?" Yeah. She wrote the song, right? She was the writer.
She paid for his studio time for his little short ass to be in our face today.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was with her back in the 90s, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was. Oh shit, Epiphany. He was underage when she met him.
Yeah, because T.I. is 1980 and Tiny's like 1975.
Yeah.
74. She's in the mid 70s. Yeah. All the Escapes is the 70s.
Look at this shit. We done
put it on. When Escape was out, I was a little girl. Yeah. I was a little girl when I was pretty much like a teenager in middle school when Escape came out.
Y'all. So
you got me thinking now too. Mm-hmm.
So she might be a lot more culpable than what we're even giving her credit for, because when she met that dude, he was young, real young, younger than her.
and he had his children young because I listened to his album. He talked about his children and he was confessing, and he was like how he confessed, I got another one, and I got another one in New York. He
been
was
cheating
talking
on her
to a
that whole
girlfriend.
relationship. He been fucking her over the whole relationship. But she asked for it though. In a way, because once they give you the red flags, you got to go. I'm gonna
Exactly.
feel sorry for you in the initial stages. After that, if you stay, then I have nothing for you. He's holding up a red flag. He's butt ass naked, waving 2 red flags, and you say you don't see it. You say you don't see it. So keep doing your thing, and I hope your ass go to jail right along with him over these girls, because I get triggered when people fuck with girls. It's just me.
Yeah.
And how much you want to bet they're most likely black girls, and probably that's why nobody's gonna give a damn.
Yeah, nobody's gonna go to jail. Hell, nobody went to jail for doing it to me. Nobody's gonna go to jail and do any significant time. He'll probably get probation. I tell you what, he's gonna do longer. That he did longer for drugs than he would do for these allegations, unless they got some physical proof. He's probably gonna get off light. But I need for something to happen to him. Something. I need for something to happen to him.
I don't know. One thing about this black community, they protect predators. It's scary. And you've been hearing about this for decades, and it's like, it's clearly nothing is going to change.
Yeah. I said that.
The community. This is why. Because this is obvious what the community is.
That's the culture of the community.
That's the culture. I have to accept it. This is the culture of the black community. Even people who are in the Caribbean community, they have the same type of thing.
Oh yeah.
That's really swept under the rug. And the worst part with them is babies are made. That's the worst part.
See what I mean? Welcome, Tracy. How are you?
Hi, ladies. How's everybody?
We're awesome.
Good.
You got the floor.
Oh, okay. I'm just so truly disgusted with this with Ti
Yeah.
and Tiny. But I was thinking, you realize there's no difference between what Ti, Bill Cosby, R. Kelly, and other sexual predators have done. Jones. I remember Jim Jones, the majority of the people killed during the Jim Jones massacre were Black women and Black children. So we are so horribly preyed upon.
Yeah, and we're easy to get as well.
Hi.
You still there?
Yes, I'm still here.
Okay, we're easy to get as well because the community does not protect. The community does not protect Black women. So therefore, if anybody show any modicum of respect or any type of love, even if it's dysfunctional, we're more apt, to follow them.
Yeah, they Black women, no one wants to admit that we are indoctrinated into a cult. We're born into a cult of serving Black men and Black boys.
Yep.
We truly are. I mean, I don't know how any of us stand a chance of surviving.
You have to leave.
Sexually assaulted by these men and boys.
You have to leave. As soon as you're able, you have to leave. You have to. You can't work it out. Y'all, if you stay there and try to work it out, you will be a victim. And if you see it coming and you don't leave, then you're going to be a volunteer at that point. You have to go.
Right.
I think you cutting out.
Oh, sorry.
Tracy, I think you cutting out. Babe.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you probably going to have to refresh.
Okay. Or I try to call back in too, okay?
Okay, I'll see if you backstage. I'll let you back up.
Okay, thank you.
Minty, what in the world is that picture?
When I do Tiffany, that's when people are doing the craziest shit. That's the look that I give. That's the look that I give. Okay. When some crazy shit going on, I got to put the Tiffany face from Bride of Chucky. Okay.
Well, that should be your permanent picture because they always doing some crazy shit.
Yeah, I need to come up with this one because when I see her, that's when I'm ready to talk some shit. Because excuse my language, because man, let me tell you, this shit right here, boy, it's just never ending and it's so easy. But you know who always entertain the scene is the mammies, boy. They know how to bring the entertainment because they say the most ridiculous shit. It'd be like, yo, this is crazy. What do you mean he got money? What do you mean that he looks good? What are you trying to say right now?
I can guarantee you, what is this? This is January 29th. Before Valentine's Day, there's going to be another celebrity. Mark my words, because this shit happens approximately every 10 days. If they're a smaller celebrity, they won't trend. But the very next one that happens, I'm going to jump my ass back up here and tell y'all I told you. Because it happens all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Whitney Houston died February, was it 11th?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, she died on 2/11, like the beer. That was, I think, yeah, she died on February 11th, if I'm not mistaken, y'all. Because she died on Brandy's birthday.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I think she died on Brandy's birthday.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, I was thinking, I don't know how many years it's been since she passed away, but that's the anniversary that is coming up for us.
That's another one. Whitney Houston. Her life got snatched because she was also trying to prove herself to black folk.
Mm-hmm.
She could have did so much better.
If she divested, right? I always said that. If Whitney divested, she would be alive till this day.
Yes.
With all her children on top of that.
Yes.
She could have dated Kevin Costner in real life. I thought they would have made a beautiful couple in real life.
Whitney is a terrible tragedy I don't like to think about.
She spent a lot of her career trying to prove herself to black folk, and you can even hear it in her music. Her music was kind of pop when she first came out, but since she wasn't quote unquote black enough and black people were dragging her, she changed it into this R&B shit. Got with Bobby's stupid ass Brown, and he just didn't take care of her like he should have
at all.
Oh, dope.
And her brothers were predators too. Apparently, was it the older one that said got her in drugs initially instead of Bobby?
They claim that the Miami say that Whitney got Bobby on the crack.
No. Are you serious?
Wait,
they say that Whitney was the reason that Bobby was on drugs.
Yo, please stop playing.
That's why I got Tiffany face on. I'm telling you, that's what they be saying.
No, ma'am.
I can't. I really can't.
Okay, let me prove it to you real quick. When her and Bobby Brown first got together, that's around the time that me and my husband got together. When you see them in public, right? He was already with that crack grill. You know how they can't control their bottom lip and it's always whistling around. Yeah. He had that on his wedding day. She didn't put him on that shit because she wasn't messed up until after they got married. So that's a line of bull.
And I'll tell you this, it is possible to be with somebody on drugs and you not know it if you don't know anything about that life. It's very possible.
Yeah.
Whitney didn't strike me as someone who would do drugs, even smoke weed. She just really didn't give me that feeling.
Okay, sweetie, she's saying something real good. She said her ex-girlfriend said Whitney was already doing drugs before Bobby. Are you talking about that one that wrote that book a couple years back? Let me know in the chat. Miss Helena is on fire. She know exactly what I'm talking about. Their daughter, yep. Then Bobby Christina died. Yes. I didn't think that I can't judge how people grieve, but he didn't come off as sad that he lost his daughter to me. I said what I said.
He didn't even at Whitney's funeral, if they kicked him out, he couldn't even, I think they didn't let him in or something. And then oh man, he didn't care when Bobby Christina died. I don't feel he did.
He didn't care when Whitney died either. He moved on really, really quick. They use these women as just like if you have a puppy or something. You know how what is her name? Paris Hilton walks around. She always got that puppy in her hand.
Yeah.
That's how they walk around with black women. And if the puppy die, you just get another puppy. That's how they do. And that's what he did.
But didn't he have on their reality show the kids? Because I didn't even know Bobby had all these extra kids, and I'm like, so these kids, I think they interlap with Bobby Christina because I'm like, if they're still married and he has all these kids, when did they come about?
Bobby Brown been having kids since he was a child himself.
Yeah, it's very highly possible.
I think there's probably 17 years between him and his oldest son.
Yeah, I want Bobby, Kanye West. I want them to go.
Oh God, don't get me started on Kanye West.
just leave. Just drop. You know, I'm trying to be transparent here.
Good.
Yeah,
y'all ladies come up here.
It's a heart attack. Just bam, just going. I want them to all go.
That's why I opened up this panel. Y'all kill me when y'all come up here. I love talking to you guys. I really do.
No, I love your channel. Like I've been binging on it, and I'm telling you, I be dying. I'm dying.
I think you remember that show you did with the woman with the gun and all that? I said, damn, I feel like I messed up the show because everybody should have been roasting her. I feel bad. I feel so bad. I said, I think I softened up the show because you should have been going in on her. Like, oh man.
Question and research said since he was 15. See,
yeah, I believe that.
I believe it too. When I do the guesstimation, I always do it on the low side so nobody can say I lied about somebody. You know what I'm saying? But I believe it. I believe it.
Yeah, a lot of people in his time, because I think Bobby's the same year as my mom. Like they most of them did have babies between those ages, 15 to like 19 and all that. Young. All those people had us in the 80s. Yeah, most of us in the 80s, our parents were born in the 60s.
Yep. My mom was born in 61. I was born in 77. So that lets you know what was up right then. And that we didn't even bat an eye. It was like almost expected. When girls graduated from high school and didn't have a baby back then, it was like that's a goody two-shoe right there.
Wow.
And you know what's deep? Birth control been out since 1916. She invented birth control in Margaret Sanger, 1916. I researched her.
Oh no, they weren't gonna put their kids on birth control or give them condoms. They prefer to have the baby come. Like it made no sense.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And Margaret Sanger was the one trying to help women, all women. She wasn't racist or none of that stupidness they said. She was trying to help all women to not have children that was not wanted. She was trying to help the future. She said, if your resources is not good, then you should not be having children.
What if, let's just say Margaret Sanger was racist. What she said wasn't wrong, though. So people like to examine the person instead of the truth that they saying. Like I said, if she was a blaring racist and she said the sky was blue, is it not blue?
She wasn't. If you look at Margaret Sanger, I kid you not, my great-grandmother looks like her. That was not a full European. First of all, she's not American. That wasn't a full European woman. Just research her yourself and look at her. That was not a full white woman. She had some melanin, something down the line. Even when she spoke, in the way she spoke, that was not a full white woman.
I got to check that out. I'd be interested to see that.
Yeah, I did a show on her, and I'm telling you, everything they told you, they lied. She never said anything about a Negro, this or that. They put that inside her words. She never wrote that. She spoke for all women. What made her go away and go make that pill was called Novid. That was the first birth control pill. What made her make it is she saw so many immigrant women carrying unwanted children. And then she went around America and saw the same thing. And she went to women of all races. And let me add this. One of the black men from the civil rights movement or whatever supported it.
Oh, really?
There's a black man that supported her. Do the research. Don't listen to what nobody else tell you. Do your own research on Margaret, and you will be very shocked at what you're going to see.
I'm gonna have to, because I only hear in passing what the hoteps have to say about it, and I halfway tune them out because all they do is lie. But I haven't done my own research on her, and I'm gonna have to do that because that's very interesting.
I did a whole thing on her. I said Margaret Sanger was saving Black women's lives, and I did a whole thing. One more thing, I got another gag for you, divested Zelliot.
What's up?
I did research on the Proud Boys.
Okay.
It was a guy named Gavin McGinnis. I remember him. I used to watch him years ago. He was talking about this group years ago. I don't think it was called the Proud Boys at the time. So he's not the leader. He doesn't own it. He's like the co-owner now. Somebody else is in the seat. The guy that's in the seat, he's an Afro-Cuban man.
Mm-hmm.
He looks like a straight up Black man. If you ever get to check him out.
I saw him.
So it's a Black man that runs the Proud Boys. It's not a white man.
Yep. If you go back a few months on my page, I put a picture of him up there. And Lord have mercy. I woke up the next day and my inbox was full of filthy Blackistan dust and
they
ash
can't stand it.
everywhere.
He looked like a straight up Blackistan, don't he? With the hat on. He looked like the only thing he don't have in is his grills. That's a Black man.
So you know they was like, he's not ADOS. Boy, I don't care if he ADOS. I don't care where he's from. He looks Black to me.
It says Afro-Cuban. It makes it clear. Afro-Cuban. That's what it says.
He looking though.
Yeah, he looks Black. That's a Black man that runs the Proud Boys. It's not even a white guy running the Proud Boys no more.
His hair is nappy. What he got? 3C? 4th?
Yeah, with little curl in it. Yeah.
I saw those naps sitting on his beard. I was like, well, would you look at here?
The beard was the giveaway for me.
Yeah, me too, the beard. Yeah.
And just like a Dusty, he turned around here and they found out that he was an FBI informant.
Yes.
Yep.
So he's literally no different than Al Sharpton. So the moral of the story is avoid a Dusty. We have that. Look, a zealot is an absolute nope. Nobody gets a pass. If you are of the Blackistan persuasion, get your do-rag and your jar of Dax and get the fuck out of my face.
Oh, I didn't know MLK supported her. I didn't see that part. But I know there was a Black man that did support her. She wasn't alone in her. That's why you got so many of her clinics and communities out to this day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Margaret Sanger is a beautiful woman. You got to really research her. She got articles that she's written. Research her for yourself. You will really love her. And she was not a fully white woman.
See, and they drank the Kool-Aid, believing the bullshit. And now we have a bunch of kids that were damaged and then just continue the generational damaging of young children.
Well, if you control your womb, Island Girl, you are a white supremacist, ma'am.
Well, I'll be that. Fuck that.
Right. Gladly, right?
If you don't let them crank you up.
Kids, and I don't plan on having kids. And if I do, it'll be with my husband. And he will not be a Dusty because I don't date Dusties in general at all. So I'm not worried about that.
I had to tell a Dusty earlier today before I scheduled this show. I was in the store, y'all. And you know I don't make eye contact with Dusties. I can't do it because it triggers me. I don't even want to look at you. I hate that you exist. Anyways, he said something to the effect of, smile, it ain't that bad.
Ooh.
I said, sir, we gonna make the news tonight if you don't give me those 6 feet for COVID. Period. Get out of my face. Don't talk to me. If you actually knew what I believe in, you would be scared to talk to me. So that's just me. You know, you don't know what's going on in my life. Don't tell me to smile. I hate when they do that shit.
Let me tell you, I hate it's the nerve they have. They really have the audacity. They wake up in the morning with a full glass, a full gallon bottle of audacity.
Yeah, what do you mean smile? You don't know if one of my parents just died. You don't know if I feel physically ill. You don't know if I'm sad about anything going on in my life. And you brought your raggedy ass over here, not only you don't know me, but you telling me what to do, and I feel some type of way. I feel some type of way.
I'd be offended too. I agree.
Needless to say, neither one of us was smiling after the exchange.
I saw this meme. I wish I screenshotted it. I would have sent it to you. It says something about the one who's into sage and shea butter can teach Tyrone about it or something like that. It was some old ignorant shit. And I was like, hell no, I wouldn't waste my time with no Tyrone. And then the woman had commented, this is how I found out about this before I knew about Mammy stuff. She had commented like, oh, if he's with the right woman. Like, what?
Wait,
I wish I saved that. Damn, I wish I saved that damn meme.
I wish you would have too, because they got dragged. The hell?
I couldn't believe what I was reading, but I had realized that the terminology Tyrone, I guess that was these women. See, they have false egos. They believe their vagina can transform Tyrone into this magical, powerful man that he never was.
See,
yeah.
Tyrone is jealous that you have a pussy, ladies. And even if he gets it, if you give him a little bit of it, he's 9 times out of 10, because of the jealousy, is going to hate you more. I know that sounds completely nuts, but the relationship always go downhill right after you give him all of you. Tell me I'm lying.
Yeah, and they hate women who are women-centered.
Yes.
They hate you when you're that way. They try to throw this feminist word and say, no, I'm just woman-centered. I'm a woman's woman. You're a man's man. I'm a woman's woman. Women who love being women, because that's who mammies hate too. That's what it's really about, and they hate that.
Like I said, I agree with you 100%. They are jealous of your pussy. They're jealous that they can't use their penis like you use your pussy to influence others. You get what I'm saying?
That's why they call it boy dussy.
Yeah, you get it.
Yeah, that's why they call it boy dussy. Because he knows that. See, that's the thing about a woman. You can be a fry cook and a millionaire can pick you up and you don't have to do nothing for the rest of your life. He doesn't really have that option. He's still, unless he is a complete loser and the woman allow him to be that way, but he's still going to be very controlled in that type of situation. He can't do what you do.
Nope. The most he could get is a couch to sleep on for a time.
That's right. That's right. And I wish they would stop taking care of them. If you listening from the clouds, mammies, please stop taking care of them, because they expect that from the rest of us. And we ain't doing it.
Hell to the no. That's one thing I do not care. A man will never move in with me. Like, especially a man that has never paid his own bills. Half these men don't even have their phone in their names. Like, get the fuck out of here. Like, are you crazy?
Right. You can't even look him up because the phone belonged to his girlfriend.
Right.
I met a guy whose sister, he was Black foreign, his family background was taking care of him. His sister, his oldest sister.
Always a sister.
Grown man, older than me.
You're kidding.
And a married woman.
I believe you. Because the sisters are, my brother would never do no shit like that whenever they get cased up. When we grew up, he'll give you the shirt off his back.
Always.
How come I've never seen one of them say, you know what, y'all probably got the right Negro, because growing up, he was a jackass then, he a jackass now. I haven't seen an interview like that yet.
No, they'll keep it to themselves. But they'll stay on code in front of the cameras.
Yeah, they know how to stay on code when it come to them, but when it come to us, they don't know how to stay on code.
My brother are with white women. They're mixed white women, meaning they're non-Black, but they're mixed white women. And I love them. I'm kind of glad that they're not with any Black women. I think it would be a bunch of drama. You know, but my brothers are not those kind of boys either. They didn't grow up. My mom didn't raise them, my siblings, like that, because I have a sister too. And I have to tell you, like, I love them. Right. I see the difference of what, you know, just they pay attention. Me and my sister, we're just not Black sisters like that. We're not attacking who our brothers are with. We're not involved to that capacity. If our brothers love you, we love, you know, if they love you, we love you. You know, no big deal. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But it'd be a lot of stuff with Black families, man. It'd be a lot of stuff. There's boundaries that are not laid out. in the community.
At first, I thought it was just my family and a couple of families that I knew. Come to find out, the ones that don't have dysfunction, they are the ones in the minority.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's so true.
That would be my family. That would be my family. And just because they're white doesn't make them weak. They're pretty tough. They're tough women. And then one of my brothers have children. The other one, he better not have no children. But one of them have children. The only thing is, my brother's being Blackistan because he ain't married her. And I feel like he's been with her since high school and they have 2 children together, so he should marry her.
I don't know why Dusties don't like getting married, because they don't have any wealth to protect.
But he got money. My brother he's on his second house. He got a damn Audi A6, like he has money. And I just don't understand. And I feel like the women, meaning my mother and grandmother, but see, they're being mammies to myself. Well, he don't need to get married if he don't want to. No, he been with her since high school, and they have 2 children together.
He's wasting that woman's time.
He needs to marry her.
Yeah, he's wasting her time.
If he's on the down low, he need to tell her or something, or tell us or whatever. But he needs to think he is. In therapy, I think it's very possible my brother could be bisexual.
Okay, well, at least you're honest about that. And that could be why he doesn't want to tie himself to her in a, legit way.
Yeah, that's what I think it is, because he's like the all-American son, my brother, like literally. It's kind of strange because we look at him, he looks like he's mixed. I think he perms his hair because he looks like he's mixed. Like you think his mom is white, but both his parents are very black. But he's an all-American boy. He plays sports. He got his degrees. He has his job, So I don't think he would, even though the family wouldn't care, I don't think he would want to expose that. You understand?
Yeah.
Because he has that image to uphold.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I feel like why he's not fully marrying her. Because I'm like, why my mother and grandma's muslim? Oh, he don't have to, when they're both married women. What do you mean he don't have to? He has 2 children
up for him. They're taking up for him. They're doing what folks do when they're identified with the male in their family. They're taking up for him. They're protecting him, quote unquote.
But see, I understand my mother's concern. Like when they first got the house together, she had took order because I think the girlfriend's mom didn't have a house or whatever. Becky didn't have a house or something. So she wasn't having them trying to move up in there. So she told him the paperwork to do, which I can understand, but I really don't understand. I think she's good to him. They have beautiful children together. I think he should marry her. I think I'm going to be the one to tell him. I think I'm going to be like, yo, I think you should marry her.
Good luck with that.
All right, ladies, I'm putting the link in the chat one more time. This is what you call last call for alcohol, because the bar will be closing soon and the lights are going to be coming back on around this bitch.
So I just want to put it out there. I have never felt this way in my life, but I hate bonnets now. And I don't only hate bonnets. I just hate the fact that these women are wearing these big Chef Boyardee bonnets and they don't have long hair under it. Because I had to buy one because I had the fake faux lock, so I needed something big. These women don't got nothing but, I don't know what's under there, but it don't need a big ass Chef Boyardee fucking bonnet. Okay. These shits are looking rusty and tore down and I hate
every time I see somebody with a bonnet on now, I'm gonna be thinking about that raggedy ass can of pasta, girl. Damn, you messed me up. You messed Chef Boyardee up, y'all.
I know. I can't even look at him the same. It's just crazy. It's crazy what happens to us as Black women. It's just so insane.
Love Note said it's just air inside that bonnet. You can literally swing on her and don't hit her. It's like, girl, you could have put on a scarf. That's a whole lot of material.
I don't know what happened. It used to be the scarves. That's the time I remember. But how did the bonnet become such a popular thing when the bonnet was usually for like those real extreme hairstyles, the big curls, when you had to probably take the kids to school because of the emergency, But now it's like, okay.
I'm very glad that brown gel played out. That was an embarrassing hot ass mess. And it's full of nothing but alcohol. Girl, that would make your head as hard as a Steelers helmet.
It was drying.
Yeah, the shit was bulletproof, y'all.
Oh yeah, in the South, yeah, when girls wore the waterfalls and
The ponytails.
the ponytails, that other look, what's that, the waves, the finger waves.
Yeah, we looked a mess in the 90s. Black
Yeah,
women looked a
but
hot mess
see,
in the 90s.
my mom had me looking more like a Becky. She had my hair permed and blown out. That's a mom, and I wore ponytails. And
I
my
went.
my
I told you
grandma.
I went to a mixed school. The black girls' hair would stay that way for a week, and then the gel will start flaking up, and then
Mhm.
they'll miss school because they got to get a hair appointment, and then you'll see them the next week looking completely different. It's like, did you mold that head? I mean, what did you do? How is it staying in place? It's a gust of wind coming, and your hair has not moved an inch.
Yeah, because the South is very big. Like my grandmother and my family in the South, they did not like that ponytail because my mother's from up north. So gel down ponytail was like, your hair is not done. You need to curl your hair. You need to do something. So I went through that a lot as a young girl in the South. Yeah.
So, y'all give me some closing remarks. You go first, Miss Island Girl.
I'm trying to think. Can I gather my thoughts for like 2 seconds?
Yeah, you can go ahead and because we was kind of everywhere tonight.
Yeah.
You go ahead, Miss Minty.
I hate bonnets. I hate mammies. And please, Kanye West, just and Bobby Brown, just go this year, okay? 2021, just go.
My closing remarks is this. I think T.I. did it.
Yeah.
I think he did all of it, including the lady that he said has the restraining order against her, Miss Sabrina. I think he did her. I think he did the other 17, I believe. I think he's always done that ever since he got money and was able to afford such what he would call luxuries, drugs, hotel rooms, and this, that, and the third. I think Tiny is a piece of trash for letting that happen and not speaking up. And if she does not come out on the right side of this, I don't think that she is going to have good karma. She better go ahead and tell the truth so that the rest of her life can be okay. But yeah, T.I. did that. And I said what I said.
And I agree with that. T.I. definitely did it. Tiny is just as guilty. And the fact that apparently random women are sending that lady that blasts everything messages and all the stories line up. So it's like, what are the chances of that? Let me see. Stop supporting pick-me's and stop giving them your viewership.
Yes.
Like, to me, it's a lost cause. It's 2021. Leave them people in 2020 like they're losers. These men are looking for a high value man themselves, because who else is going to take care of them when most of the women divest and nobody's looking to date down anymore? Anyways, like I said, drop dusties, F pick mishas, F mammies. They're deadly to us, period.
Thank you so much. Monday morning is February, so if you still fucking around come February, you'd have just undid your whole year. And I'm gonna be able to tell you, I told you that 2021 was gonna be just like last year. You dig?
Yeah. Yep,
I love you
unfortunately.
guys so much.
Thank you. This was fun. This is my first time. This is awesome.
And he said, make sure you come back up here.
I will.
Make sure you come back up here. Hold on 1 second. Cause this is y'all show. Y'all hear me talk all week on my posts, and then y'all get in the comment section or whatever. But this is y'all show. Okay.
Space.
So if any of y'all get some nuts next time I go live, bring your ass up here. Bye, y'all.
Good night.
Bye.
tight, I guess. So cheap for you tonight, baby. You can go wherever you like. I said you can go wherever you like. If I want to, you got the telephone. You can go ahead and drop a couple stacks on you. Want you to get it right here, 5 million. Got home, drop it, I swear. Yeah, I want your body, I need your body. Long as you got me, you won't need nobody. If you want it, I got it. Go get it out. Tell all the broke nigga be quiet. Stacks on me, yeah, strong, no ice. Niggas my pops all night, baby. You can have it, I said you can have whatever you like. Said so quick, so tight, I guess so you check you like that you go wherever you like. I said you can go wherever you like. All you like is the way you drop it. Brain so good, cause when you when you got it. 100K deposits, vacations in the tropics. Everybody know it. Ain't tricking if you got it. You never gotta know your body. Cause I can put a man back to my pocket. 5, 6, rides with real telepathy. You got a down break. You can get what I get. My chick can help she won't. You don't need to start my hand. Bad she won't. I don't need never have a man like that. To buy you anything your heart desire like that. Yeah, I want your body. I need your body. Long as you got me, you won't need nobody. If you want it, I got it. Go get it. I buy it. Tell them all the broke nigga be quiet. Stacks on me, yeah, strong, no ice. We can pop bottles all night, baby. You can have whatever you like. I said you can have whatever you like. I say so quick, sometimes I get it so legit.